Hello friends, how are you? I hope you are good. So in the last video lecture we have seen under the classification simple lipids. These simple lipids we have seen that are triglycerol, waxes. We have seen the occurrence and the functions of triglycerol and waxes. So here, before continuing the classification of lipid, I will tell you, just save my YouTube channel under the heading Medical Biochemistry series. It will be very helpful for you, particularly for the medical students. And I have to give one suggestion that the structures, whatever I am explaining, they are meant only for the MBBS students, not for BDS or nursing or physiotherapy students. But all the answers will be the same for all the medical science students. So you must know that the structure specialties belongs to the MBBS students. So here I will start today under the heading classification of lipid, that is the simple lipid, compound lipid, derived lipid and miscellaneous lipids. I have already completed the simple lipid, under which we have already seen triglycerol and waxes. I am going to explain you about the compound lipids. What are the compound lipids? Compound lipids are those lipids having the esters of fatty acids with alcohol. In addition, the prosthetic group will be there, which will be non-lipid portion, and along with this prosthetic group, a nitrogen base will be also there in the structure. So here the compound lipids are those lipids which are having the esters of fatty acids with alcohol and additional group with nitrogen bases. So you must know that the compound lipids we are going to see today, they are the phosphatidylcholine, known as lecithin also. The another is phosphatidyl ethanol amine, known as cephalin. Then the third one is phosphatidyl serine and phosphatidyl inositol, lysophospholipid. Then the plasmogens and cardiolipids. These are all examples of the compound lipids which comes under the glycerophospholipids. But before that, you must know that the phospholipids, they are classified as glycerophospholipid and sphingophospholipid. This classification is given due to the presence of alcohol molecule in these compounds. So the alcohol which is present in the form of glycerol, it will be in the glycerophospholipid, and the alcohol, it is sphingosine, it is present in the sphingophospholipid. Therefore the phospholipids, they are classified as glycerophospholipids and sphingophospholipid. So you must know that these are the classification. But today we are going to see the glycerophospholipids. So here we will see what are the glycerophospholipids. Glycerophospholipids, if you see the occurrence, they are generally occurs in the cell membrane. You must know that the cell membrane, it consists of a lipid bilayer. The head portion is known as the polar region or hydrophilic region, and the tail portion is called as the non-polar region or the hydrophobic region. So these are the two important parts of the phospholipids. If you see the structure of phospholipid, phospholipid will have glycerol and two fatty acids and phosphoric acid. So as per the definition, if you see about the compound lipid, the definition, what it shows, the compounds which have esters of the fatty acids with alcohol along with prosthetic group and nitrogen base. So here glycerol will be there in the phospholipid compound, and this glycerol will have as a tail region, that will be the fatty acids, and as a head region that will be phosphoric acid. So this will be the structure of the phospholipid, and this glycerophospholipid occurs in the cell membrane. The exterior portion of the head region will be there, and the interior portion of the tail region will be there in the cell membrane. It's seen in the structure of the cell and the function of the cells already. So here the occurrence of the glycerophospholipid, we have seen that it is present generally in the cell membrane. Now we'll see one by one the functions of glycerophospholipid. What are the functions which are carried out by glycerophospholipid in our body? So glycerophospholipid, first of all, it acts as a structural component of the cell membrane. Already just now we have seen that it acts as a structural component of the cell membrane, means that it is present in the cell membrane, and cell membrane is a bilayer liquid component. So you must know that this glycerophospholipid is one of the important component of the cell membrane, and it is present in all the cells of the living organism. And the another function, that it acts as a lung surfactant. Glycerophospholipid act as a lung surfactant, means what? These are just secreted by the alveolar walls of the lungs, and they reduce the surface tension of the lungs. So if you know that what is the surface tension, I think you have learned in physics that surface tension. So it reduces the surface tension of the lungs. And the third function of the glycerophospholipid is that it acts as a secondary messenger. And moreover, these glycerophospholipids, they emulsify the fats in our body, means in the living organism or in the human body. So here the emulsification takes place of the fats in our body. You must know that what is the process of emulsification. We'll see in the general characteristics or the properties of the lipids next time. So here the emulsification of fat takes place. Emulsification means it just makes it breaks the fats into smaller molecules. Therefore, it is said to be it makes the smoothness of the fats. So that is the it emulsify the fats in our body. The another function of this glycerophospholipid is that it secretes or it synthesizes the lipoproteins in our body. These lipoproteins are synthesized in the liver, and there are different types. The types of the lipoproteins we'll see in the compound lipid only next time. So you must know that these lipoproteins are synthesized by the liver. So this becomes one of the important functions for the glycerophospholipid. So you must know that glycerophospholipids carry out so many functions in our body. So these are some functions which are carried out by the glycerophospholipid in our body. If you will see the structure of glycerophospholipid as per the definition, compound lipids are those compounds which are esters of the fatty acid with alcohol and additional group with nitrogen bases. So here if you see the structure of the glycerophospholipid, this is the structure of glycerophospholipid. Here the molecule of phosphatidic acid is given here, and the molecule of the choline is given here. The choline is nothing but it is an X group. It is called as X group. In the definition in many books, sometimes it is given that compound lipids are those lipids which will have the additional group with X group. X group means the X group will be here, then amine group will be there here. You must know that the ammonia is there, N is there, and here this is the molecule belongs to phosphatidic acid. Why it is said to be phosphatidic? Because as per the additional group, prosthetic group or the non-lipid group, that is phosphate is here, and the another in the choline the amine group is there, and it is said to be X group. So this is the structure belongs to the structure of glycerophospholipid. Phosphatidic acid plus choline gives the structure of glycerophospholipid. So you must know this compound is called as phosphatidyl choline, and It is also known as lecithin. Lecithin is nothing but it is one of the important compound that is belongs to the lipid. So you must know that phosphatidylcholine is given here. The structure is mentioned here. Now we'll see the another compound under the phospholipid or compound lipid, that is the phosphatidylethanol-amine. So this will be the structure here for phosphatidylethanol-amine. Here the structure is given here. The phosphate group is there along with the ester of fatty acid and alcohol, and the amine group, that is X group, is also there. That is amine group is also there. So you must know that all the things are there in this structure. Phosphate is there, fatty acids are there. Fatty acids are R1 and R2. They are meant for fatty acid, and phosphate is there, and amine group is also there. So this definition becomes fulfilled, that the compound lipids are those lipids which are esters of the fatty acid with alcohol and additional group and nitrogen bases. So here you must know that this is the structure belongs to the phosphatidylethanol-amine. So these structures are very important for the MBBS students. So you must show in the examination also. Unless and until you will not show the structures, you will not get the full marks for that. So you must know that the structures are important. Now we'll see where this ethanol-amine occur. This ethanol-amine occur generally in the lipid bilayer. Just now I told you phospholipids, they are generally constitute in the lipid bilayer only. Ethanol or ethanol-amine will also occurs in the white matters of the brain and nervous tissues. If you see the occurrence here, they are also occurs in the soybean, milk and chocolate also. So this phosphatidylethanol-amine occurrence we have seen now. Now we'll see the functions of the phosphatidylethanol-amine. This phosphatidylethanol-amine called as cephalin. It generally, if we see the functions here, they carry the function of the assembly of lactose permease. Lactose permease is nothing but it is an enzyme. The suffix ASE is meant for enzyme, and we'll see in the chapter enzyme next time. So you must know that the suffix ASE is meant for the enzyme. What are enzymes? Enzymes are nothing but they are the biocatalyst, or they are protein in nature. They are very useful in the metabolic reactions. They carry the metabolic reactions in our body. We'll see in detail in the chapter enzyme. So here you must know that these phosphatidylethanol-amine, they are very important compound to assemble the lactose permease, an enzyme. They are very useful compound for the synthesis of lipoproteins. Lipoprotein, just now I told you, this also comes under the compound lipids. Lipoproteins are the substances which comes under the compound lipids. Lipid plus protein is said to be lipoprotein. So this phosphatidylethanol-amine is responsible for the synthesis of lipoprotein in our body, and lipoprotein play an important role in our body. So you must know that these lipoproteins, they are of different types. For example, chylomicron, very low density lipoprotein, and heavy density lipoprotein. We'll see in the next lipoprotein compound lipid. So here you must know this phosphatidylethanol-amine is responsible for the synthesis of lipoprotein. Phosphatidylethanol-amine carry the function of blood clotting along with the phosphatidylserine, and it increases the rate of thrombin in our body. Now these are some important functions which are carried out by phosphatidylethanol-amine. Now we'll see the structure of the third compound lipid which comes under glycerophospholipid, or that is nothing but the structure of phosphatidylserine. This is a structure belongs to the phosphatidylserine. Here the phosphate group is there along with the fatty acid and alcohol, and amine group is also there, which is said to be the X group. So this is a structure belongs to the phosphatidylserine. And if you see the occurrence, this phosphatidylserine will occur in the liver of the chicken and egg yolk. These are the important sources of the phosphatidylserine. We'll see one by one the functions of phosphatidylserine. Phosphatidylserine is responsible for the protection of all the cells in our body, and particularly they protect the nervous cells, and they are also responsible for the blood clotting. Just we have seen the blood clotting factor is also seen in the phosphatidylethanol amine, which takes place along with the phosphatidylserine. But this phosphatidylserine is also responsible for the blood clotting in our body. Now we'll see the another lipid which comes under the glycerophospholipid, that is phosphatidylinositol. If you see the structure of phosphatidylinositol as per the definition, these are the compound lipids, esters of fatty acids with alcohol with additional group and nitrogen bases. So here the phosphate is nothing but it is the additional group, and the X group will be NH4, belongs to NH4. So this is the structure, and this R1 and R2 they are the fatty acids. So you must know that this is the structure belongs to phosphatidylinositol. If you see the important functions which are carried out by phosphatidylinositol in our body, so this phosphatidylinositol, they act as a substrate in our body for the enzymes known as the kinases and phospholipases. So these are the enzymes which are present in our body, and these enzymes they act as a substrate in our body. You must know that enzymes are generally to carry out the metabolic functions in our body, but phosphatidylinositol acts as a substrate. Substrate means what? You will come to know that substrates mean a compound or a substance where the enzymatic activity takes place. Means that suppose this is RBC, red blood corpuscle, and enzyme will act on this, so this will become the substrate for the enzyme. Means that substrate is the name given for the substances where the activity of the enzyme will take place. So here this phosphatidylinositol act as a substrate for the enzymes kinases and phospholipases. And why this act as a substrate? Because to perform the second messenger function in the body. So here you must know that the phosphatidylinositol is the compound responsible for the second messenger function in our body and act as a substrate for the enzyme kinases and phospholipases. Phosphatidylinositol are the cellular component, and generally they are found in the endoplasmic reticulum. If you like my lecture, please share it, give comment and subscribe it. Have a good day. Thank you.